Sophia!
Oh! Friends. Sophia, I heard that you joined Until Toastmaster Club in your 4th grade. But you know, Until Toastmaster is such a great club. How can you join it so late? Well, of course I know Until TM is great, but I had been in Until Design Thinking Club for 2 years before. Design thinking? You mean that design thinking Hannah shared with us last week? I'm super interested in that. Can you share more about it with me? Of course, no problem. Design thinking, just like Hannah shared with us, it's not about making something beautiful or fancy. It's actually about problem solving. And what makes it so special is that it starts with human being. And so it's also called human-centered design. And to be concrete, this is the basic process of design thinking. Because it starts with human, so our first step is to define the problem by empathy and defining. In this step, we try our best to understand or know our target audience and to find their real need, to define the real problem. And then we jump into the second step, ideate. In this step, we try to brainstorm as many solutions as we can, and then jump into third step, solution testing. In this step, we select some of the solutions to test them by making prototype. Prototype, 原型, 模型, which calls you less. So you can test them whether the solution can really solve the problems or not. So you can modify or redesign it as soon as you can. So this is the basic process of design thinking. And because of the time limited today, so I am going to share with you one of the most important mindset of design thinking, being human-centered. I'm going to show you the power of being human-centered by a true story. So, does anyone here know what it is?
MRI.
MRI? Great. Yeah, it's MRI, 核磁共振成像. And by this machine, doctor can know the structure inside your body. So doctor can know how to cure you. So does anyone here have the experience examined by MRI? You? I have. Yeah, I have too. And for me, it's really scary, right? Because you have to lie down and hold still for 15 to 40 minutes in that tunnel. And what worse is that there's always a lot of noise around you. So for me, as an adult, it's really scary. But today, what if it's a child like him? He is sick, and he has to do the examination by MRI. How can he stand the long time in that tiny tunnel and with that loud noise? It's totally impossible. So most of the children, they have to do the 全身性麻醉 for this examination, which is really risky. So a team in Stanford, they want to solve this problem. So try to imagine that. If you were in a team, what would you do? Would you try to modify or redesign the machine itself, which costs you a lot? Or let's be a design thinker. We focus on human being, the children. As a child, what do we like? We all like to listen to stories. And what's more, we love to pretend that we are the superheroes in the stories. So by knowing these features about children, the team decided to redesign the process of examination instead of the machine itself. So every time when the children have to do the examination, the nurse will tell a story about pirate, for example, and then tell the children that later you are going to be a super pirate. and then you are going to an adventure. And in that adventure, there will be a big monster which will make a lot of noise to attack you. And what you have to do is to hold still, be silent until the noise fades out. So it comes out like that. The team designed the MRI room into the scene of the stories. So every time the children are so excited to do the examination because they think that they're going to an adventure and they don't have to do the 全身性麻醉 anymore. So this is the power of being human-centered, because you can really solve the problems and even with very low cost. And this mindset of design thinking is not only useful for problem solving, it's also useful for your daily lives, because it teaches you that how to stand in others' shoes. And this is not the whole picture of design thinking. There are still a lot more than that. So if after my speech you are interested in this process or anything about design thinking, you can just ask me, or you can just check out some of these books. Or to be simple, this is an international generation, right? So just Google it. Try to Google D-School bootleg, and you will find a perfect entrance into the world of design thinking. TNB.